Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
Well, actually, it's actually a pretty busy day for me because I'm going to prepare a little surprise for my followers and my subscribers on YouTube.
Ooh, I'm
But
excited.
I'm not in the perfect moment to talk about it because I want it to be like a real surprise. It will come out
Oh, okay.
in like a week, something like this. I hope maximum a week.
Well, I'm excited to know now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
we are the G Bros. We do Eurovision content for Eurovision, and obviously now we're talking to you because you're in Eurovision this year. How does it feel like to represent Romania, a whole country?
Well, it's actually half of my huge childhood dream because I've been watching Eurovision with my parents when I was little, and I used to watch the national finals and the grand finals, and it it became sort of a passion for me.
Yeah.
Like I was starting to want to know about the history of Eurovision. When did it start? When did they stop using real orchestras in 1998?
Yes.
When Romania participated with Marina Olinescu with the Eu Cred, a beautiful song. Eu cred că mă asculți, eu cred că nu uiți. Something really beautiful. And I started studying a lot about this whole phenomenon, and I got addicted to it. And then I realized that my huge dream is to be the first Romanian to ever win Eurovision. And so in 2020, when I was 16, 16, yeah, 15, 16, something like that, I wrote my first song especially for Eurovision, and I wanted to register with it in the national selection. I didn't make it to the final because it was the first year of internal selection in our country.
Mhm.
Then in 2021, I received the, not 2021, in the 2022 year, I received um, an invitation to collaborate with two Greek composers because they wrote
Mhm.
a song for me. They saw my videos and they thought about writing a song for me, and I was actually flattered about this. Like two composers from Greece want me to sing
Yes.
their song. I was amazed, and so I prepared that song. Even though I had another song which I wrote for Eurovision, but I knew that it would be a lot of work with two different songs
Of course.
for
Of course.
Eurovision as one single artist. And so I've gone with their song. We didn't qualify again, and this year I went all in with my work. This song is really special for me because it was wrote without well, not without with my best friends Luca De Mezzo, Mikhail Jahed, and Luca Odețeanu. We wrote the song together. We first wrote a full Romanian version, which was included in my debut album called Fragil. But when the Eurovision announcements in Romania came out, I was like, this might be an opportunity. So I got the second half of the song translated by me, translated, adapted into English. And I made some harder vocal lines to sing, so it would be more explosive as a whole performance. And here we are. And
Here we
I'm
are.
completely concerned. It's a huge responsibility, but I'm not afraid of it. And I've talked about this a lot in my previous interviews because it's not about me. It's not just about me anymore because I have the responsibility for each and every one of the people who voted for me in the national final. I
Of
have the
course.
responsibility for my image, the national television image, and the whole country, as you said before. So um, it's a really big deal. But I'm living it. I'm living it to the maximum. I enjoy every second of it.
That's good. That's good.
That How did the idea of participating in the national selection happen? We know that you love Eurovision since you were a kid, but like it was like How did become the idea of going there this year?
So as I said, I had this huge dream of being the first Romanian to ever win the Eurovision, and now I'm the youngest ever participant that Romania has ever sent. So I already made something
Historical.
that you can, that you can call historical. And actually, that's my whole point in this whole competition, because I don't want, I don't want to make a moment that will just become a number in the participate in the list of the participating countries. I want to make something that will last over time, something that you can call evergreen, and you will come back to some years ago, or some years later, and you'll think, oh, Romania 2023, what a year. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to make just another hey, this is a song, these are the dancers, yeah, we danced to this song, it's cool, dance with us, something that you would anticipate, something that won't blow your mind. I want to make something that will stand out, and that's the whole purpose of my participation. And I'm glad that we are really intensely working on the show for Liverpool. I've had all my ideas written down on the paper. The national television team wrote their ideas, and we kind of matched them up together. We removed some, we added some, so we came to a collision point in which we can really achieve what I wanted in the first place. So that's really cool. But regarding the question that you asked, so this always was my dream, and it's only half made because my next step is winning the Liverpool competition. But so we're not done with this. My whole thing was that, so in 2020 I couldn't register because of the internal selection. I was like, oh, okay. 2021, the same thing, because it was the pandemic year and the whole contest got postponed. In 2022, I didn't qualify, and so I I felt it that that song wasn't the right one. I felt it that it didn't sound like a winning song. But I put my faith in it, you know? And then this year I was like, I don't even know whether I'm gonna qualify or not. Let's just try this. So I did it, but I wanted to give it my best shot, so I wouldn't regret it like I did last year.
Yeah. Did you expect to win the national
Yes.
selection? Did you?
Yeah, because actually, so I'm coming from this theatrical world. I'm a member of a theatrical band here in Bucharest, Romania, and I had pretty complex roles during my whole acting period, the last 2 years, something like that. I did some intense method acting, which is something that we can talk about later if you want to. But the point is, this whole acting and theatrical world gives you, first of all, so many different ways of getting to know yourself better and improving different parts of your personality which you didn't even know they existed.
Of course.
And getting to know myself better and starting to read different like a various amount of philosophy, and learning to appreciate different types of art in other ways, like getting to appreciate paintings, and really trying to understand the whole message behind a woman crying in front of a tree. That could mean like 100 different things,
Of course.
you know.
True.
And so in my national final moment, I really wanted to make a mix in between every single idea which I had, metaphorically and theatrical speaking, about this whole song and the concept that I wanted to put in, because the song itself talks about a war in love, a duel in between emotional feelings and logical decisions, a battle in between safety and passion. and this whole concept of the necessary evil to which you come back to, no matter how hard it damages you long term. And
True.
so having this whole idea, I try to portray it, some may say in a little too excessively theatrical way, but I really liked it. So the whole concept, this whole war in love thing remains. But in the national final, we used some things that I really like. So I'll tell you a little bit about them quickly. So there are two undressing moments, and one time the girls undress me, and the second time the boys undress me. So that means something as well. It's
Yeah, of
something
course.
about being inclusive and understanding each other and getting to know that the only thing that separates us and makes us different are our choices and way of living. Because in fact, we have the same, our hearts have the same shapes, have the same shape, and they pump the same blood. It's we are extremely harsh one to another, and that's one of the reasons which I chose to write on my chest to make love not war in the end of the song. We had a sign language moment, which I didn't really want to put up front because I didn't want people to say, oh, he made this for attention, he wanted votes, that's why he used the sign language. It's something that if you look closely and you really pay attention to the choreography part of the moment, you really realize that it makes sense and it matters in the whole performance. So it's something that looks like this. This is freedom. This is equality or equity. This is peace, and this is love, like a self-hug, something like this. You know, Um, third of all, we had a reinterpretation of the famous painting by Michelangelo, the one with God and Adam, in which they almost touch their hands and their fingers, D.G.T. It's like a word play because D.G.T. actually means fingers. So it's like mă joacă pe degete, the first chorus line, it's I'm wrapped around her fingers. So yeah, so it's kind of like she's playing me off and on. Yeah, that whole thing. So it was this painting, and in the end, we had the "Make Love Not War" message that I wrote on my chest, which I chose for 4 different reasons. One, because it's the war in love message in the song. Second, because we people are extremely harsh one to another, which I already said. The third reason is because I think is this whole "Make Love Not War" thing is exactly what people really need to hear these days, considering the whole problems that we have in the world right now and the whole war situation that we have going on.
Yeah, for sure.
And I really hope that I deliver this message well, because it's something I really do believe in, and I hope I really think having this in mind, that make love not war, I think it could really help us and could really rise some question marks. You know, am I doing good? Am I being good enough to a friend, to a stranger? Am I really empathic, or am I just trying to not be egoistical? And
True.
the fourth reason was because "Make Love Not War" is a quote of John Lennon from Beatles, and Beatles is a um, legendary figure for Liverpool. So these are all puzzle pieces in which if you place them all together, yes, they build a whole bigger picture.
It's a lot more complex than at the first view.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
but what was it stressful to come up with the music, like the song? Was it stressful for you, or it was kind of easy for you to write it down and put it on paper?
No, it was actually kind of easy. Yeah. We had I was writing the chorus, so I wrote the chorus alone, and then I got stuck for a little because I wrote the whole chorus in one day, and the instrumentation, the arrangement for the chorus instrumental was made in the first day of writing the song. And then I got stuck for a little, and I called Luca de Mezzo, one of my songwriter friends, and I've talked to him about how should how should I go, where should I go, in directionally speaking, with the verses, with the bridge, with an eventual part C of the song. And so we wrote together the first bridge. Că eu nu mă se ascunde, eu sun ea nu răspunde. And then I wrote the first verse, and then me, Mikhail Jahed, and Luca Odeseanu, we together, us three, we wrote the second verse in the Romanian version. After releasing the Romanian version of the song in the 15th of October, included in my album, Fragil, some days later, like a week or two, I thought about making a Eurovision version of this song, taking the second verse and maybe a little bit more of the part C into English. And so I stood in the studio, and I took each lyric and tried to translate them while adapting them, while still keeping the message and still trying to make sense. You know, so it wasn't really stressful. Music is really simple when it comes from the heart, and that's another thing that I'm trying to promote, because I'm not trying to make music for two scrolls on social media. I'm trying to make music for souls.
Yeah. When you made the song, were you thinking about a stage, or did the stage ideas came after making the song?
Oh, they came after. Definitely. Yeah, but I made the song, and then thinking about the whole deeper meanings that it has to me, because it's inspired of a love story that I felt, and that's why I think people can really understand the whole story and maybe identify with it, because it's not something really unusual. I mean, every single person had this whole necessary evil love period. That's what I'm trying to point at, and it's a certain part of this whole generic love subject which hasn't really been explored yet, to a huge extent, to some extent in music. And so thinking about what this song means to me and what the story built inside of me, there were lots of ideas, and I thought about everything that I felt and took the ones I thought were best for the national fan.
Are you going to do a music video for this song, or you gonna just leave it for Eurovision?
I'm not so sure yet. I hope so. We are working on lots of things. I don't know if you saw this, but before the national final in Romania, I made a medley in which I sang several parts of each and every one of the songs in the national final in Romania in my own version. So it's kind of a song that includes every one of the songs in the national final. And I think, of course, it was it was really good for social media and for the Eurovision fans here in our country. And people really took time to pay attention to every one of the songs. So it kind of built even more interest regarding this whole Eurovision subject in our country. And what I liked most about it is that us, the contestants, we didn't really have this whole competition thing in our minds when we met in the TV studio. And I think one of the reasons that's why, because because of this medley I made. Because I think so. I released this before ever talking to any one of the other contestants, except for the ones I knew before. And artists I never met in my life commented to my video that it's a cool thing. I liked it. You're good. Keep up the good work. And I told them you're the next in the challenge, because I wanted it to be like a challenge so we can be like a team more than having a rivalry relationship. And that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to do with the grand final too. So I'm gonna make a medley with every one of the songs in the grand final, and there are some some extra surprises which I'm preparing as well. So I hope that we are gonna make a music video. I have some ideas for it, but um I think we'll make one. I can't really tell you now when will it be released, but I'm pretty sure that we'll have one. Yes.
Theodore, the meeting is scheduled to end at 3. There's only 7 minutes left, so I'm just gonna ask like straightforward questions. Have you ever been in Liverpool before?
Never, but I wanted to.
Uh, what are your expectations for Eurovision? Is your expectation to win?
It would be amazing to win this. That would be the moment in which I can tell, yeah, I achieved my whole childhood dream, being the first Romanian to ever win Eurovision, and I really do believe in the chances of that happening. But the whole purpose, considering it is like a music anniversary, a music holiday before a music competition. It has some geopolitical influences to which I can't be um, I, I can't act like I don't know them. I can't act like I don't care about them, because it's something we all know. But the thing what we are trying to make the best impression that Romania has ever had in Eurovision, because we have a song um, like Eurovision has never had before, and especially a song that Romania has never sent before. The type of song that sticks to your head, sticks to your heart, and it encourages you to love freely.
Have you heard any of the other songs that are competing as well this year?
Yes, because I'm working on this medley I talked to you about.
Oh, so do you have any apart from yourself? Do you have any other songs that it's kind of your favorites? Let's say favorites.
Yes, I like some of them really. Some of them are not really my cup of tea, but
Yeah,
that's okay, because that make this whole thing makes the holiday enjoyable. The Eurovision is
yeah.
cool because it brings together so many cultures and musical genres and
Diversity.
styles. Yes, exactly. But I think my favorite song apart from mine is Denmark's "Breaking My Heart." Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
I really jammed to that one. That I really like that one. Yeah.
Okay, last question before we finish. Do you have any tours or any albums coming on this year?
Yes. I have some cool premieres with the theatrical band I'm in. We are gonna release some new plays and shows. It'll be really cool. The one I'm most excited about it's Amadeus, which is the story of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, in which I play Mozart. So that's gonna be really cool. I um I want to make these medleys, which I talked to you about. These will come up really quickly. I'm really excited to posting them and seeing the reaction that the audiences have, because I love doing this. This is so cool, having several songs and all of them put in a original version, and it's something that has never been done before, especially in this whole Eurovision context. So this is another point in which you can say we are making something historical. Then I want to make an acoustic album with two or three covers and covers from like my really favorite songs, something like the Notre Dame de Paris soundtrack, Frank Sinatra or something like that, and my songs from the first album from Fragile, but in the acoustic version. And we are still working on my second album called Echilibru, which means equilibrium. And it will be amazing. But there's a lot
Step
of
by
time
step.
until that one. Firstly, firstly we have the medleys for Eurovision, the whole performances for Eurovision, the tours, the concerts, so many concerts here in Romania and outside Romania as well, and the acoustic album.
Well,
That's-
Theodor, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you the best of luck for Eurovision. You have an amazing voice. We're sure you're going to rock the stage. We are looking forward to see you. And
Yeah.
good luck as well for your career after Eurovision as well.
Thank you so
We
much.
wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.